So we'll keep you updated on that. Here's another thing that's happened this week. Again, this is like the C+ tier rumor, but we kind of talked about this, I think a few weeks ago, that there were rumblings that Daredevil was going to come back to the Marvel Studios in November. But supposedly now, because some contract mumbo jumbo, it might be happening. It might have already happened, or it might happen now. There's two things. One, I'd say all the reporting this is C+ tier, but the other thing, there was somebody that worked with the Defenders show, in the Netflix Marvel universe, and they posted something. No one screenshotted it, but there was multiple saying it was posted, and it was some sort of image about Daredevil possibly being back or being home, but then he deleted it. So again, it's all potential breadcrumbs that lead to nowhere. But what I want to ask you guys, because obviously there's lots of change, Endgame happened, and we all got this COVID stuff, so lots getting delayed. But I want to get we didn't do this on predictions, but what is your official prediction as far as, is it a Charlie Cox comes into the MCU? Is it a Daredevil season 4 just gets approved and it's off on its own, or do we get a full reboot of the character? Because obviously, no matter what, if the character's back now or November, the character will come back in this year. So, what are your guys' thoughts on what you think is going to happen?
Ooh boy, I don't see them doing a season 4 with a continuation of this story. I don't think that's gonna happen at all.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I feel like once you get a show on Disney Plus, it's when you log on Disney Plus, it's right beside Miss Marvel, it's right beside She-Hulk. People see that and they just assume it's all one and the same, and I think that could be confusing. Plus, that show's pretty violent, so I don't think they'll even want it on Disney Plus. You can't take out that scene of Kingpin just smashing a guy's head in the door, and you need that. It's important.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so I don't think they would do that. Plus, just creatively, Feige and the team, right? Obviously they. Oh, actually, I have no idea how much Feige was involved with that. Probably not at all, really.
No, not at all. No.
Yeah, exactly. So they probably wouldn't want to continue with that story. I don't even feel like it's their story to tell. So I don't think there's any chance of doing a season 4. I would love if Charlie Cox came back, even if it was a soft reboot, and it's whether or not that stuff happened or not. I feel like they'd have to reboot it in the sense that they want to use Kingpin, they want to use Punisher and all that stuff eventually. So they can't keep that previous story. Yeah, it just wouldn't work. So I don't know. I think they'd have to do a full reboot. At which point, it doesn't really matter if they keep Charlie. It's not like he's a very popular guy. Most people don't know who that is anyway. I would like him because I think he's great, but if they take someone else, I guess that's what I'm expecting at this point. So I guess I wouldn't be betrayed if they switched it up. So
yeah. I'm pretty much in Dylan's boot. I definitely think that
you're in
a
my
personal
boot, are you?
Not
my boot.
Yeah,
there's a snake in your boot, sir. I'm slithering in. I would want Charlie Cox to remain as Daredevil, but I think just logistically, I don't think that would happen. I think it would just be too confusing for. From an executive point of view, I feel like people would just be getting confused on is all that stuff just retconned? Is it continuing? I don't know, because I feel like they'll want to introduce Daredevil in a fashion that you didn't need to see the Netflix version, especially since it is a more mature version. Maybe they'll just try and I'll just use this word, nerf it, for all users, make it accessible to everyone. And I feel like to do that, you do have to give a new person in the suit, unfortunately, because Charlie Cox is amazing as Daredevil. I haven't seen all of it, but from what I've seen, I've really liked him. I liked his Matt Murdock as well as him in the suit. So, but I just think realistically, you are going to get a new one. It's still exciting though, just the idea that, I know this is still a rumor, but the thought of having him back in the MCU, I think it's just exciting.